What's going on, guys? Anastacio here with FlytPath.com. Now, SmallRig recently sent me this right here, protective case for the DJI Action 2. And what's interesting is that accessories for the Action 2 have been kind of slow to come out. So it was nice to see SmallRig, who is a really well-known company to make protective cages and rigs for cameras. They actually came out with this one right here. It is this plastic piece with a kind of rubberized side that protects your Action 2. And the main reason you would want something like this is because, if you guys know, the glass is exposed on both sides, the lens and the back. So if you were to put this on, on a table, on the ground, you're normally exposing that lens to getting scratched. So some of this kind of brings it up, adds a little bit of protection all the way around. And it's actually a lot more safer when I'm throwing this into my pocket, knowing that at least there's some distance here with that lens and the cover. So if I were to place this on the table, at least I know that's not touching that glass, whether it's on the front or the back. Now, they actually come in two different colors. They have a white with a gray kind of rubber on the side, and this one here is a gray with a little bit darker gray around the outside. They don't have like a black on black, which would have been actually really nice if they did that one, or even like a darker gray. And installation is pretty simple. At the bottom here, you have this connectors where you're gonna be charging your Action 2. You actually just pop that out there, kind of fold it back. Action 2 right up top, and it comes in two pieces, one for the actual camera and then the other one for the secondary monitor or the battery pack. And then the bottom piece, same thing, you just slide this in. There you go. Now you have the bottom piece covered, the back's covered here. And then when you hook these up, you just have to kind of wiggle it around to get it situated first so it sits properly. I know once you get it in there, it'll cinch quicker, but for the first time you put it in, after you take it out of the case and put it back in here, you normally kind of have to wiggle it around a little bit for them to find those hooks. So then after that, once you undo it and put it back in, it finds the hook a lot quicker. You have access to all the ports all the way around, the micro SD on the back, USB on the side, and of course all the buttons, everything works there. Microphone, they have holes for all the microphones all the way around the case. Everything works the exact same. The difference here I saw is that, of course, when you're going from the Action 2 without a case, you're going from that aluminum or metal to metal. So I feel like there is a little bit better of a connection, a little bit of a grasp and stability going from the actual camera itself, because here you are going from this metal to, I would say, a hardened plastic. But for what this can do and how much protection you'll need, definitely is, I think, something I'd probably recommend, especially if you are going to be using this thing in more conditions where it's prone to get scratched. And then when you want to remove the case, all you have to do on the bottom portion first is you just have to press it back and it'll loosen up, and then just take this off just like that. Pretty simple. Then you can go ahead and remove the bottom battery or the screen. And then here at the very bottom, you just have to pop open that charging tab and then push the camera straight through the back. There you go. And there you go. And if you already disconnected it and you want to remove the case, one thing I did learn, it was kind of tricky at first to try to remove it, the case from here without it connected, is through the micro SD side. You can actually just push through here and push the camera up a little bit. And when you push the camera up, it'll come out of its case. And then once it's out of its case, you can then pull the camera through just like that. The one thing I'm still waiting for is a company to come out with a case just like this, which they have for the Session, is this little holster right there where the Session sits in here and you clamp it down. And then you have that two-prong system to put onto any mount, any tripod, anything like that. I'm waiting for a company to come out with it for the Action 2, because I think just security-wise, even though these are really good cases to have, I think security-wise, if I were to use this thing in more extreme conditions, out in the water, hooking this up to a surfboard or a helmet, I would like a case that's very similar to what they have for the Session, but for the Action 2. Now, while you still do have access to the magnets here on the front, it's of course not as strong as it would be if the case was off. So these are freewheel filters which go onto your camera through the magnets, but because of the fact that the magnets are a little bit deeper in there, it's not as stable as you would like it. And that's about it, guys. Quick video on the SmallRig cases for the DJI Action 2. I'm definitely gonna keep these on here just to feel a lot more safe. So if I do put these down, have these in my pocket, at least I know that the glass isn't gonna be scratched up the way it probably already is just by me having it and using it on a daily. Links, of course, will be down below in the video description. I think they run about 20 bucks for the case, so it comes in the 2 pieces. I'll leave that links and the information down below in the video description. Make sure you guys check that out if you guys are looking for a case for your Action 2. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Anastasia with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys next video. Take care.